Hey friend, John MacLennan here, and in this video you're going to learn how to play Willie the Wimp as recorded by Stevie Vaughan on guitar. Now this song is a 12-bar blues chord progression, and it has a really cool riff in it that's really based out of just your blues scale or your pentatonic scale. I'm going to break the whole thing down for you note for note. Now keep in mind that I am tuned down a half step, so this song is really a blues in the key of G sharp, but Stevie's playing in A, and then he's just tuned down a half step. So I'll be calling out the guitar chords like A and D and E, but it's going to be sounding a half step lower. I'm going to break it all down for you step by step, but before we jump in, if you're new here, I want to hook you up with a gift right away. I put together this awesome fretboard guide that's going to show you the 5 must-know chords and scales to map out the entire fretboard, and it's going to connect in actually a lot with today's lesson because the line that you're playing for the riff in this Stevie Ray Vaughan song is just part of this scale that I'll show you on this page. So you can grab your copy completely for free. Just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below. All right, well with that said, let's break down this blues. Let's break down how to play Willie the Wimp as recorded by Stevie Ray Vaughan on guitar. Now the tune kicks off with just this main riff that's used throughout the song. We're gonna vamp based around an A7 sharp 9 chord here. Now I am tuned down a half step. Here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I'm playing just a couple notes here out of the blues or pentatonic scale. I'm playing the 5th fret of the low E, then to the 3rd fret on the 5th string, then 5, then 3, 5 again, and then I end back on that note that I started on, the 5th fret of the low E. So now I am adding some vibrato to the notes, and then this one is a little staccato, so. And then I end with just 2 muted strums. Now with the strum hand here, what Stevie would do is he would play single notes, you know, and he would actually strum them. So it's not, it's actually, this is a key thing to Stevie's style, is he was able to mute all with the fretting hand here, so his strum hand could just dig in. And there I'm really strumming the strings and getting that extra thud of the muted strings with the fretted note, but you're not gonna get like all the strings ringing out. So it's a technique that you have to work on, but the idea is you have to be able to strum one note. And it could be on any string. See that? So that's what we're doing with all the notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... Okay, it's a little figure there. So that's gonna go 4 times. Okay, and then we come in with the 12-bar blues. Now the 12-bar blues is gonna be based around 3 chords here in the key of A. We've got that A7 sharp 9, D7, and E7. Now in the track, Stevie just breaks and doesn't sing, and it's just a bar of drums. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, then we come back in with the riff. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, then 1 E and a, then we go to the 4 chord there. So what I like to do if I'm playing this by myself is just play like this Bo Diddley kind of groove, like, then, So I'm going to go to Stevie Ray Vaughan chord here. It's like an A minor 7. It's really an A7 sharp 9, but we're not playing a major third. So the idea is that I'm playing the 5th fret of the low E with my thumb, and then I'm grabbing these 3 notes here on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. So a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a riff. So that's 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E, and it's something called the bow Diddley rhythm. It's used in tons of songs, but that's the groove that I would play with that chord and then adding muted strums in between. Then the riff. Then again. Then here, go to the 4 chord. Then we do the same riff, but down 1 string. So that's starting on the 5th string, then 4th string, back to the 5th string. Now the chord that I played was D7. That's 5, 4, 5, 3. Same thing, bow diddley. Then back to the 1 chord. Riff. Then we go. So here's the turnaround, the last couple bars of this blues. We play E7, which is the same as that D7, just up 2 frets. 7, 6, 7, 5, starting on that 5th string. Bow diddley. Then the riff starting on that note, so that's 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 7. So what I'm doing is, and what Stevie's doing, is taking that riff through the blues changes. Something so important to play and to understand if you want to play blues guitar. You see this in millions and millions of songs. Again, these are things that I teach in my Essential Blues Guitar System, but 5 chord, we do the riff, then we finish back on that 1 chord. Okay, so let's put this all together. We're going to play 1 time through this 12-bar blues. We're going to use all those chords. Here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that was it. 1 time through that 12-bar blues. Now that's the whole tune. Now there's a couple variations. When Stevie plays a solo, they add in the 4 chord in the last, the turnaround here of the blues. So before we went like this, when Stevie's singing, we go. And then back to 1. When Stevie's soloing, they go like this. And instead of playing the riff, they just go down to the 4 chord and then back to 1. Now when the tune ends, they just stay on the 1 chord. So they stay on that A7 sharp 9 and they vamp out with this. Just playing the chords, then the riff. So keep in mind that Stevie does just rest in those breaks where the drums are playing, and then he plays the riff. Now, if you want to fill it in, then you can add that sort of bow diddley rhythm, which is a little bit like what the keyboard player is actually doing. So the keyboard's sort of holding down what you call the comping, or the accompaniment, then Stevie just sings and then comes in with the riff, and then, of course, plays a crazy solo as well. So take your time with this and rewind the video, go over any parts that are unclear, and to help you even more, make sure to grab my ultimate fretboard guide at the first link down below. And this is going to show you the 5 chords and scales that I use to map out the entire fretboard. And once you start using this system, it's going to click for so many songs, and you'll be able to think about things in a very simple way, but it's all going to connect and you'll be able to see these shapes on the fretboard. So just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below. Next, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment and let me know your #1 struggle with guitar right now. Just comment it down below so I can make some future videos here on the channel helping you out. Also, if you have any song requests, you can leave those down below as well. Thanks for your support with the videos, and we'll see you in another one real soon.